It's only when you know something about a profession. I thought you could do anything with a camera that the eye could do or the imagination could do.
Let me clear this up for everybody so everybody doesn't get a crazy idea, especially these public officials. First and foremost, if you start a channel regarding police interactions and police accountability, you should probably put your channel in the category of education, and I'll tell you why. When Channel 5 or Channel 6 or Channel 23 or ABC News or CBS and Fox and all these news stations, when they go out and they record public officials, they're allowed to do that. And they get paid through commercials, a little bit like YouTube does. What that means, folks, is if they don't want to work in the public sector, they can drop their badges, go home, and go apply somewhere in the private sector. It's that simple. There's no reason to cry about it and lie and say it's against the law and stuff like that, because it's not. If you don't like accountability, you're in the wrong business. You definitely don't need to be carrying a gun either. All right, guys, here's your video.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be sharing a video by Depths of History. The man behind this channel is Britton Lockhart. He goes magnet fishing in local rivers, canals, and lakes to find things and clean up the waterways. Stay tuned for the end of the video. I got a surprise for you all. Most of the time, Britton finds guns, knives, and other alarming things. He then reports his findings to the nearby police department. In today's video, Britton is with his friends in Gadsden, Alabama. While there, they find a firearm that seems to have the serial number scratched off. Britton, doing what he always does, contacts the Gadsden Police Department to collect the firearm.
Hey guys, first and foremost, I want you guys to go subscribe to Depths of History and let them know San Joaquin sent you. One thing I want to point out really quick is I've shared his video before, and I just shared a video from a channel called Adventures with Purpose where an officer was acting rude. Some of the comments that we get in the videos with these is people wonder if the police officers are involved. I truly can't think of another reason why police officers have an attitude other than that's just their nature. But could they be involved? Keep watching.
All right, everybody, so we just called the police. They're gonna be making their way out here right now to retrieve this gun that Grace was able to find. Oh, here we go.
And believes he needs to give permission to be filmed. He is just flat out wrong, and I'll tell you why. In the Supreme Court case Smith versus City of Cummings, the United States Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit held that the First Amendment protects the right of citizens to film the police. Well, Alabama falls under the 11th Circuit, therefore deeming recording the police a constitutionally protected activity.
That officer thinks he's extremely special. He thinks that the camera's there specifically for him. Maybe he doesn't realize that he took a job that forces him to be out in the public. And maybe he doesn't realize that people have a First Amendment right to record in public and ask questions. Not only is he wrong with what he's been saying, he's also wrong that these folks have to give up ID. Keep watching, folks. And now this allows me to bring up another good point. Why do they have their last names millimeter in size on these little tiny name tags that you can't even read from 5 feet away? I created this little picture here, putting their badge numbers on them so that the people can see and identify them easily. I believe for officer safety, we ought to be able to read their badge numbers from a mile away. We ought to put their last names on the back like football and baseball players. Don't say we can't afford it because we are the taxpayers. Police officers should not be able to say what we can and cannot pay for. All right, guys, keep watching.
You just came out guns blazing.
Pretty mad and upset, no reason.
He's a little camera shy.
Just laying there in plain sight, using one of the metal detectors or anything like that?
No. And you've been very nice with me, sir. What was your name and badge number?
I'm as good to people as they let me be. My name's Officer Pearson.
Officer Pearson? I appreciate that, sir. Thank you. It was right in front of the railroad bridge, right there.
I thought you were, because the river's right over there.
This side of the road or this side? It was on that side of the road. Said for some reason the gun wasn't reported stolen. I'm not sure what the reason for that was. Officer Peterson, I believe was his name. He gave his name and badge number.
So remember when I told you I had a surprise? Well, here it is. Britton recently reached out to my dad, SJVT, and expressed his interest to come to California and record police with us. In exchange, that we go do some magnet fishing with him in California. So keep an eye out for that. Folks, head on over to Britton's channel, Depths of History, subscribe, and I'll see you all in his comments.
The other officer told me he'd give me a close-up of his name and badge number, didn't even do that, and just came with a horrible, horrible attitude.
Alabama.
He at the end he said we appreciate y'all and left. So I don't know if he was trying to be like.
He said that to me. Britton didn't care, of course.
Yeah,
Yep.
I asked him, I was like, you turn your camera off, I'll turn mine off.
Yeah, you turn your camera off, I'll turn mine off. And he said, nope, I have to get 4 other units down here just for you guys, you know.
This really just
It's
goes
honestly
to
ridiculous.
show- I mean, we have 4 officers come out here, 2 of which who are totally fine being
Yeah,
on
totally.
camera.
Have you ever been to Canyon? They passed a new gas tax in Alabama last year. You go up here across the bridge and take the right to get on Highway 111.
Okay.
My tag this year was more expensive than when I bought my vehicle when I had to pay the taxes on the vehicle.
Yeah, he did. And those other 2 officers were really nice and helpful, and they knew the law, unlike the grouchy old man.
Oscar the Grinch
Oscar the Grouch.
in the car behind us.
Can you turn off for a second? Let me have a word with you just without.
I don't know what's going on, but he told me he wanted to have a word with me off camera.
If you will.
No, I'm okay. I choose not to talk. Personally, I don't like turning my camera off because who knows what he could have done or said to me or anything like that without my knowledge. The 2 other officers were very kind, very nice people. I definitely would give them an A+. They came up, you know, they weren't super hostile at the beginning. And, you know, it just goes to show there's a bunch of good police officers out there, but there's some that like to abuse their power. And he was doing just that at the very beginning and did not respect our First Amendment right to film in a public place.
All right, guys, as promised, we have a surprise. So I've been talking to Britton at Depths of History on the phone, and one of the things that we plan on doing is meeting up. So he's actually planning on coming to California. I might do some magnet fishing with him, and he might do a cop watch or 2 with me, folks. What do you guys think about that? Go over to Depths of History, subscribe. Let's see if we can get him over to 200,000 subscribers, guys. You guys are unbelievably awesome. I truly appreciate you guys. I'll see you in this comment section. Peace.